Well, I miss you guys. It's been too long.
I know, man. I was thinking today, because I started doing homework, what am I going to ask Justin? Then I thought every time we talk is almost like a snapshot of where you are in your life, because we literally have known each other since you were baby Bieber, man, 15 years old.
Yes.
So
Yes.
every couple of years we have a chat, and it really is kind of a snapshot of where you are in your life. Usher brings you in here. It was you
Yes.
were baby Bieber, so fresh and excited. A couple of years later, you're still excited, but now you're becoming a veteran of the industry. One year, I remember you coming in here totally and completely exhausted, man. It was those, you were running charging hard years, right?
Yes.
And now you're where?
I am, well, I'm on another world tour, on the Justice Tour. I'm married, and it's definitely a new season of my life, and I'm happy, and that's good. So yeah, it is funny though. It's like we catch each other in like new seasons every time we
Right.
get on a call, and it's cool. Congratulations on your engagement, by the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And congratulations on everything going. At least, you never know what's true on social media and what's real, but you sure seem settled, man. And you sure seem happy, dude.
Thank you, man. That means a lot.
It's been a long road for you. I am so happy for
Yes.
the guy that you've turned into, man, because
Yeah.
that celebrity life is a tough one, man.
It is. It's tough to navigate. It's tough to grow up with a lot of people watching you. But for me, I mean, I've always desired a family and to have my own family, and so. And I mean, as you know, relationships aren't easy, but it's worth it, man. Hailey's my queen.
It's fantastic. I don't think people realize how the pressure of growing up the way you did in the public eye, man. I mean, it's really not natural.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
But you came out all right. You all right?
Thank you.
And now we can see Kristin.
There she goes.
Yeah. There I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's just my luck with technology. What can I say? But when I was doing my research, Justin, I realized like you've been at this for 15 years now.
Damn.
And I mean, yeah, you're still super young and you still have a lot ahead of you, but like 15 years, that's a long time in this industry. Like, what's the secret to your longevity?
Man, I would say authenticity. I think people can kind of read into if you're playing a part or a role. And I think for me, I've just been so open about my journey of ups and downs. And I remember there was a time in my life, I remember I got married and I hit a little bit of well, not even a little bit, but I hit an emotional breakdown. And I remember like feeling so weak and like exposed and like, oh man, like people are seeing me, hurting and broken, and like this is going to affect me. But I think ultimately it was the most human thing possible, because it just showed that I don't know, I'm like everybody else. And I think that humanness was able to even create deeper connections with the people who are following my life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Whose other humanness inspires you?
Whose other humanness inspires me? That's a good question. Like in the industry or just the people in my
general,
life?
man, whoever.
In general.
Yeah.
Well, my wife inspires me a lot. She's just a very considerate, consistent person in a crazy world. As this industry is insane. So like having a wife who's pretty consistent is a blessing. And then like, yeah, I'm sure you guys, do you guys know Jason Kennedy? You guys know Jason Kennedy. He's maybe.
Yeah.
He's an anchor for E! News, and like he did, I don't know what he's doing right now. I think you
just got to meet his baby, right?
Yes. And he's like one of my good friends, and he inspires me a lot.
That's pretty cool. What are you working on as far as being a better husband? Is there anything that you struggle with in your relationship?
Oh my goodness, where does the list start?
Yeah, right.
I struggle with a lot of things. Patience. I struggle with being annoyed. I don't want to be annoyed. Like one thing I'm learning too to be on the same page with Hailey is having like weekly meetings. Like some of my OG marriage friends talk about just like setting that intentional time to talk about what we want out of life, where we're going, where we're headed, and getting back on that same page has been really important for our connection.
So you have like almost like a group of advisors for different things in your life. Like if there's something going on in your marriage, you call blank. If there's something going on in the industry, you call blank. Do you have sort of a cabinet of people like that?
Kind of, yeah. I definitely have a group of trusted people that I go to for different things. I have a counselor, kind of like a marriage counselor kind of deal, and she walks me through how to, get through certain situations. And yeah, it's like communication with your spouse is like it's hard to get on the same page sometimes, but there's that, and then there's like the weights and pressures of being in the position that we're in, like that never goes away, but yeah, it's just, I think seeking counsel is like very wise, so that you're not, because I grew up not feeling like, not being able, I didn't know how to kind of talk about my feelings a lot, so I was very internalizing them, and so I think it's very healthy to talk about the things that you're going through.
It's so hard to walk into that office, man. Kristin and I are big fans of therapy. I would not be the person I am today without it. It is so hard to walk in there and just give it all up, but you really have to like be so raw and so real and say things that almost make yourself cringe in order to get to the other side, don't you?
Yeah, it's like marriage is, I thought that I was going to it was going to fix everything, but it just highlighted a lot of things in my life that I needed to change or get better at. And like, it's a reflection, marriage is like a mirror sometimes. And like, I'm realizing like, man, I am a serious hypocrite, and I got a lot of work here. I'm asking her to do things, and then 30 seconds later, I'm doing the very thing that I'm telling her not to do. And I'm like, what is wrong with me?
It's so crazy you're talking about this, because Bert and I just had like this massive heart to heart after the show yesterday about this very subject.
Wow. I love it.
Here's the good news, Justin. It never gets easier, bro.
Yeah. Hey, but at least we got each other,
Yeah, 100%, man. That is for sure. All right, so let's talk about the business stuff going on, man. It's pretty exciting. So new single coming out. Tell us about it. And I think you're kind of giving a noob a shot here too, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, Don Tolliver, man, like he's been, I think he's been in the game for a little while, not too long, but he's one of my favorite artists. I just like, he's just got so much style to him, and he's just like, he's so cool. I just think he's so cool.
How does this whole process even work? Like, because I'm not very familiar with his work, but I'll be totally honest with you, I'm kind of out of the loop when it comes to our industry. So how does it work? Like, how do you find him? And then when his music touches you, do you call him directly, or is it a dude that you were hanging out with, or he gets the call and it's like, what? Bieber just called me?
So I first got introduced to him. I was at Travis Scott's house, and he was like, I have this new artist. His name's Don Tolliver. You got to hear him. His melodies are crazy, da 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 da. And then we linked kind of organically through, I think it was through Skrillex. And we just developed a relationship and started making some music together. And the rest is kind of history.
What was it about his music that I'm sure you get approached all the time from different artists?
Yeah.
So what was it about him?
Well, I grew up like playing the drums since I was a kid. So like a lot of music to me is like, it's the cadences and the rhythmic stuff that really draws me in. And also like, I love melodic stuff. So being able to, he kind of has both of those and does both of them really well. So yeah, that's kind of what drew me into wanting to work with him.
The way that you've evolved and your music has evolved over the years, man, is really something super, super special that most artists can't do. You know, I mean, you go 3 or 4 years, you have a couple of hits, but you have the God-given talent to be able to evolve and connect every time you put something out, man. It's a real gift.
That means so much. Thank you for saying that.
What else you got going on? What else can we talk about? I know your people are telling me to wrap up. I could talk with you for like literally 6 hours.
Oh man, well, I love talking with you guys. I miss you guys. Kristin, I seen I think it was your video with your was it with your daughter? Do you have a daughter?
I have a son. That's Jimmy, my baby boy. Yeah.
Son, that's what it is. Yeah. You were saying asking him if he has any questions.
He just has one question for you. He knows you like to golf, so he wants to know who your dream foursome would be.
He asked that, huh?
Yeah, he did.
That's great. Well, I would say Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady.
All right, that's it, because you're part of the foursome, so that's the four right there.
Yeah. Unless you're just driving the cart and giving them beers.
There it is.
All right, my dude. I hope we get to catch up next time you're in town. Also, you know, you're always welcome in here, and I can't tell you how.
Catch my show in Atlanta last time, did you?
No.
Well, next time I'm in Atlanta, you got to definitely come to one of the shows too.
Oh, okay, because my fiance's daughter yesterday, when I told her I was going to be chatting with you, she's 7. She goes, "Oh my God, I have wanted to meet him since I was a kid." That's crazy.
So
you're gonna have next time you're in town, we'll have to hang out.